him to prepare for what I'm going to bring to the table, and I'm just too sharp, too clean, punch way too hard, power in both hands.
And I just shut the curtains because I was like nervous type stuff, but now it's like I embrace it because I always dreamed of this. That's why I don't never shy away from it. It's what I'm here to do. I mean, to show out, so.
3-division world champion, 4-time 3-division world champion. At the end of it, bro, you can't take anything away from him.
In their heated face-to-face interview, Jake Paul exuded absolute confidence, declaring that his evolution as a boxer has built him for this defining moment. He vowed to defeat Gervonta Davis in devastating fashion, emphasizing that his long, disciplined journey through sports has forged both his mindset and readiness for war. Gervonta Davis, however, fired back with calm authority, asserting that he possesses a complete package, unmatched power, elite skill, and fight-tested experience, making him one of boxing's most dangerous and dominant forces today.
Love, I know what I've learned in the past year with my new coaches, the shape I'm in, the power I possess, and I'm just...
Gervonta Davis possesses every attribute a world-class boxer could ask for. His explosive power in both hands can end fights in an instant, while precision timing enables him to land clean shots at the perfect moment. His fluid footwork keeps him balanced and in command during every exchange, and his tight defense, paired with sharp instincts, allows him to anticipate opponents before they even move. These combined strengths make Davis far more than a mere power puncher. He's a complete fighter determined to prove he belongs among boxing's elite.
He'll fight. His training is taking a toll, but the cure is just as bitter as what ails him.
I know I got to do it. 5 minutes?
5 will be good enough for you.
They definitely went to the kids store.
That water ain't cold.
We know that.
I know, but...
Get in the water, man. Just get in the water.
You can't sit on the edge.
Man, just get in there, man.
No, give me the towel.
The highly anticipated showdown between Jake Paul and Gervonta Tank Davis has ignited fierce debate throughout the boxing community. It's a clash defined by contrast, raw size and physical power versus elite speed, refined skill, and years of championship-level experience. On one side, Jake Paul enters with a clear weight and strength advantage, attributes that could provide a sturdier chin, heavier punches, and the ability to apply physical pressure inside the ring. Yet, such advantages only matter if they're effectively executed. Standing taller and stronger won't be enough against a fighter like Gervonta Davis, who possesses every other weapon that defines greatness in boxing. His razor-sharp timing, explosive punching precision, and masterful footwork have been forged through a lifetime dedicated to the sport. Davis's ability to read opponents, adapt instantly, and capitalize on openings separates him from most competitors, turning this fight into a compelling collision between raw power and seasoned brilliance.
I believe he spars people that are much heavier than him. And, man, that uppercut.
Well, who do you got?
I would have to bet on Gervonta because for all the little things, all that, and the fact that he's not old.
Yeah.
I think he makes up for the weight situation.
Okay, so this is the first time that Jake Paul's fighting an actual boxing champion, an active, young boxing champion. Everyone else he's fought was either way older or like Tommy Fury, I think.
Yeah, he was a legitimate boxer. Yeah.
A legitimate boxer, but not a champion.
Right.
He's fighting a champion, although a very little champion compared to him. So this is sort of a, I don't know, man, like.
If it wasn't Gervonta Davis, if it was somebody else in that weight category.
It'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, it'd be ridiculous. But Gervonta, I mean, technique-wise and heart-wise, that makes it interesting. Like, again, kudos goes to Jake Paul because it kind of worked its way up, even though the guy is so much smaller.
Yeah, look, I mean, I'm happy that Jake is bringing excitement to the sport and so forth, but you just have these, like, people fighting bears and, you know, there might be a boxing match with a weapon involved of some sort, like people have sticks. Like, I feel it's just getting more and more ridiculous. And really outside of Crawford Canelo, there's really very little excitement over pure.
Experts unanimously point out that Jake Paul has never faced an opponent with Gervonta Davis's pedigree. Davis has battled world champions, undefeated rising stars, and some of the sport's most feared knockout specialists, defeating every style thrown his way, including fighters with far greater reach than Jake. This is why many believe Jake has entered the toughest challenge of his career. Even Jake himself acknowledges that reality, admitting in recent interviews that Davis operates on a completely different level. He understands this fight demands total concentration and a significant evolution in his skill set. That honesty reveals Jake's awareness of the danger before him and his understanding that old strategies will not work this time.
He's undefeated, highly skilled, most experienced fighter I've fought, top 5 pound for pound. So I have to have the best version of myself. I know how fast he is. I know how strong he is. I believe I'm stronger, more athletic, and that's my advantage going into the fight, but he pretty much has every other advantage. So I'm locked in, fully focused, feeling amazing already, and just going to put on a performance and have the biggest fight of 2025.
Last one, I've seen some people say, oh, Jake, the goal here is just to survive. Knowing you, that's not the case. You're not going in there to get through 12 rounds with Tank Davis. Yeah, I would imagine you're going in there to win this fight.
Oh, absolutely. Tank's going to be the one surviving. I'm going to, upset a lot of people. And again, they're going to have to say that there's some crazy excuse, fights are rigged. They can't use the steroid excuse because we have full-on random drug testing at any time. They could literally knock on my door right now. So they can't use that excuse. And obviously I'm suing people who say that the fights are rigged. Piers Morgan already had to retract his statement and kiss the ring. More lawsuits are coming for these people who are lying on my name because it's just simply not true. And we're willing to prove that in court. But I'm actually flattered that the only thing that people can chalk up these wins to is that the fights are rigged, because it's honestly the greatest compliment. But again, I'm going to knock this guy out and probably create one of the most viral knockouts.
Public reaction to this matchup has been a blend of confusion, intrigue, and fascination. Many fans argue that this isn't the fight boxing truly needed right now, noting that the sport already boasts a deep roster of deserving contenders who could challenge Gervonta Davis. Yet, despite the criticism, few can turn away. Jake Paul's massive influence and entertainment appeal have transformed this bout into a spectacle that demands attention. Analysts agree it may not resolve any long-standing competitive debates within boxing, but will undoubtedly capture global interest, dominate headlines, and fuel discussion long after the final bell rings.
Was at cruiserweight. Chavez Jr. was a former world champion at middleweight himself, and that sort of made sense. And it was a good win for Jake Paul. He come out there and he beats an ex-world champion. He gets a little bit of credibility, and you go, right, now you're heading in the right direction. You're starting to be okay, all right. Former champions, former fighters, but at least they're boxers. They're not MMA stars, and whatnot. So. Yeah, I think that was a move in the right direction. Gervonta Davis is just a little bit of a freak show for me.
Yeah, I agree, Spence. I mean, the size difference is a bit of an annoying one as well. But also I hate when they put exhibition in it, because then you think how seriously they're really going to take it. I understand it because of the money involved, but realistically, if there can be a winner, Gervonta Davis should take him out, regardless of the size, pretty easily and pretty quickly.
I agree, mate. Totally agree. Gervonta Davis is an active fighter. Like I say, still a pound-for-pound star. Very heavy-handed as well. He should have the movement, forget the size, to be able to slip inside and take Jake Paul out. That's the reality of it. But, yeah, I just find it all very, very strange. Look, I thought that an even stranger fight, to be honest, was Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. You look at that fight and go, who's going to sanction that? God forbid something happens to Jake. I think that what he's doing for the sport is brilliant in his own right. He's bringing new fans into the sport. He's doing excellent for women's boxing as well. You can't take that away from the kid, and he's been working hard as well, and he's improving. But going in against Anthony Joshua, a former 2-time world heavyweight champion and still an active fighter, that's a suicide mission for me. I think that Anthony Joshua, when you look at Francis Ngannou and look at what AJ does to Francis Ngannou, who would win out of Anthony Joshua?
Former UFC fighter and entertainer Mike Perry offered a blunt assessment of the matchup. He noted that Gervonta Davis hasn't produced the same explosive knockouts in recent fights that once defined his career. Perry wasn't questioning Davis's power, but rather pointing to the growing expectations surrounding him. Fans have come to anticipate highlight reel finishes every time Tank enters the ring, a reputation that now adds pressure, especially against a larger opponent like Jake Paul, who may be able to withstand more punishment than most.
Big Tank has a lot of skill, but I don't think he's the same Tank that we saw the most incredible knockouts. We saw him, Lamont Roach performed great. They went to draw, and, I just don't know. And Tank walked away. I don't know if he loves it enough to beat a guy who outweighs him by 80.
Respected boxing strategist Teddy Atlas also shared his perspective, offering high praise for Gervonta Davis's all-around skill set. According to Atlas, Tank is one of the most dangerous fighters in modern boxing because he truly does everything well. His precision is unmatched, his punches carry intent, and his ability to adapt to any opponent sets him apart. Atlas emphasized that Jake Paul simply lacks that level of experience. He predicted that the hype surrounding Jake's physical size will fade the moment the first punches land. In his view, technique and experience always outweigh strength when the skill gap is this wide. Davis has faced every style imaginable: pressure fighters, rangy boxers, slick counterpunchers, and pure power punchers, and conquered them all.
Guy who, he's smaller, but he's a top fighter, he can punch, and he's fighting a guy who's not a top pro fighter, who's bigger. What if he hits him on the chin? It'll wind up selling. And that's what'll wind up selling it. The what if. What if Tank makes him do a cha-cha? He hits him on the chin, and Jake Paul, we're going to find out if he can dance. Whoa. Do the cha-cha. That's what's going to sell it. And you can't argue that what if. You can't. I know I get to places that other people won't go and everything else. They just dismiss stuff because it's easier to do that. It's safer to do that. You don't have to bows and arrows coming at you from people that argue with you because you did that. But I don't care. I've had bows and arrows my whole life. I don't care. But that's true. That what if? What if this guy who is a real good puncher, who is one of the best fighters in the world right now, what if he hits him? What if he makes a miss and he counters him? Or he jumps up in the air. Bang! And he hits him. Sid Terrace was a great fighter. No, not the 1700s, but years ago. And Cus D'Amato told me he loved Sid Terrace. He said, Teddy, he used to jump up in the air and hit you with 3 jabs. I said, whoa, man, Sid Terrace. All right. Anyway, look, I can't finish without saying that it did invoke some memories and thoughts that we've been here before in a different way, where Jake Paul's brother fought Mayweather. That's not forget. And I'm not saying I like that either. I mean, first of all, Mayweather was past his prime. He was already retired. He was older, everything, but it's still the great Mayweather. And Mayweather was fighting a guy, 50-pound difference, 60-pound difference, whatever it was. And that size made a difference. It allowed Jake Paul's brother to be in there and be able to last with a smaller man, a smaller, older, greater fighter who's mostly was concentrating on defense more than just offense. It's kind of like we've seen this already in that version of it, and we didn't really like it. I don't think I liked it.
Former opponent Rolando "Raleigh" Romero also gave Gervonta Davis his due, admitting that Tank has already achieved more than many fighters accomplish in a lifetime. Romero noted that Davis has repeatedly proven he can hurt bigger opponents and withstand stronger challengers, making his move up in weight nothing new. Davis has consistently shown the ability to break through size disadvantages with his precision and power. Romero believes that Tank remains one of the world's elite fighters, a proven winner who continues to silence doubters every time he steps into the ring.
Jake Paul might be too big for him, or Tank might crack him. You don't know. Like I said, or it's an exhibition. We don't know if they throw at each other or not, or we don't know. I don't know. I can't give an opinion because I don't know what's going on.
Do you think it impacts, will it impact Tank's legacy if Jake Paul were to beat him or even knock him out?
Dude, Tank's a 3-division world champion, 4-time 3-division world champion. At the end of it, bro, you can't take anything away from him.
You know, some people trying to give Tank a hard time. They're saying like he should have took a fight with Lamont Roach or Shakur Stevenson. But when you think about it, do you think this is business and look, he's getting a bag, or is there some validity to people saying that he ducked Roach?
I mean, there's still other options, you know. It's like, bro, you can't be mad at somebody for doing what they feel is best for them. It's the same way Roach feels Tank is the best option for him. Same way that Stevenson thinks Tank's the best option for him, or like all this stuff, right? At the end of it, bro, we just want to do what's best for ourselves, right?
Facts.
Right or wrong.
Facts.
So just do what's best for you.
Yeah, no, I mean, me personally, it don't matter what my opinion is, but I don't think get the money while you can get the money is my opinion. But you know, some fans are gonna have a hard time.
No, it's not even about the money though, man. It's like, regardless of anything, like, yeah, get the money where you can get the money, but it's not even about the money. There's so much more to this sport and in this world than just money, man. It's just do what.
Discussions surrounding Gervonta Davis's future have become an intriguing subplot to this fight. Several insiders suggest that Tank may consider retirement afterward, pointing to a noticeable shift in his personal priorities. Having already captured world titles, headlined sold-out arenas, and delivered countless highlight reel moments, Davis has little left to prove inside the ring. Now, financial security and peace of mind seem to matter most. Those close to him say he's seeking stability and more time with his family, a life beyond the constant grind of boxing. If those rumors hold true, this fight could represent far more than just another main event. It could serve as Davis's defining farewell, a chance to walk away from the sport at his absolute.
And on what you make. Again, there's nothing wrong with Tank going to get his money, but let's all be clear that that's all the fight is for Tank. He's telling you without telling you that he's fighting Jake just because he's getting $40 million. So when we talk about boxing being dead, Tank has to line up at the front of the line. I can't blame him, but don't throw around, oh, boxing's dead and people switch sides and all of that. You chose not to be great. That's it. You chose not to be great. Stuff like that, choices like that will kill boxing. For sure. On a competitive level, it won't kill it on a business level. On a business level, until people run out of interest in these kind of matchups, it'll do well. On a competitive level, choosing not to fight the best will kill the sport. So maybe it's better if people like Tank aren't in the sport. And I don't even say that because I want that to be the case. I think Tank is ridiculously talented, but you can't want a fighter to fight more than what they want to. You can't. Tank fans or Tank people that like Tank and think he's one of the best, you can't want it for him. And then Shakur came back with, that's how I know you soft. I can't even go back and forth with you soft ass. You'd rather pop to me on social media than get in that fire and get embarrassed. I get it. Peace and blessings upon you, cuz. He says, the people got your chest out so bad. You talking like you a killer, forgetting that you the one that runs, bitch. I'll be bring the fight to you. This dude, a made-up character. Quote, blessings upon you. Clown-ass dude, wanna be Kevin Gates? Oh my goodness. I mean, here's the thing though. You can't say that stuff about Shakur if you're not willing to fight him. This is the point I think that we're going to come to today, is that Tank can say all this stuff he wants, but if you're not willing to fight Shakur, then none of it means anything anymore. Even if you believe that Tank is going to knock him out, even if you believe that Shakur's a runner, or that he's not in the trenches, or he's not a boxer that's willing to bring the fight, or whatever, none of it matters. You're talking from the sideline because you won't fight it. What does that say about Tank? If you talk all that stuff, you better.
Analyst Max Kellerman shares the view that Gervonta Davis accepted the Jake Paul fight for reasons that go beyond pure competition. He believes Tank sought a matchup that would bring massive financial reward while allowing him to ease his demanding schedule. A bout against a mainstream star like Jake Paul ensures enormous global attention, huge revenue, and no obligations such as mandatory defenses or upcoming contenders. Just one major fight with monumental payout. For Davis, it could be the ideal conclusion to a career built on relentless challenges and sacrifice. Experts agree the fight's outcome will depend on control of rhythm. If Jake can pressure Tank and keep him on the ropes, he'll find openings. But if Tank closes distance early, Jake will unravel under panic, where costly mistakes are born.
Gervonta, who I personally think has been checked out for way longer than this last fight. I think he was checked out prior to the Roach fight. I thought this was all going to be in the works, where he was supposed to beat the 16-1 Roach and then go on to fight Jake Paul and then call it a career, because I think the people around him understood there wasn't much left in Tank for him in terms of his want or his desire to be here. He did an interview with Dan Canobio about 18 months ago where he was like, yeah, man, I just kind of want to raise my family. I don't know how much left of boxing for me. I don't want to see a therapist. I want to, I need to, but like I don't want to take away from my fighting. But I think it's time for me to do stuff like that. So I think the writing's been on the wall for Tank for a while. So that draw was kind of just like, I was on the way out anyway. I don't need to go back in there. And I said it at the end of that fight. I'm like, there's no way we see that rematch. He was so uncomfortable in that ring with Roach. He doesn't want to feel that again. He showed that night. So I'm not surprised that fight's not happening. I'm not even surprised he's fighting Jake.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates, breakdowns, and insider stories from the world of boxing. Until next time, stay sharp and keep your gloves up. Boxing Glove.